Oh, well, I find myself in a very strange location. The Humber Bridge. Now, I've fancied coming here for a while. There are two images that I specifically want to get today. And it's really kind of a bit tide dependent. This is supposed to be a 6.4 tide, which I'm hoping is high enough for one of the images I want. The other one really doesn't matter. Could have done with some more cloud cover, which it was supposed to be today. It's supposed to be 48% low cloud. Well, there might be 48% low cloud over there. But over there, there's nothing. I don't quite know what's happening with my hair. Oh Lord. Oh, it's so nice to feel cool. Friday just gone, we're on Sunday. Friday just gone was 38 degrees at home, which is flipping crazy. It was the best part of 26 yesterday, and this morning it's a beautiful 12 degrees. Now, I've never thought of the River Humber as somewhere particularly photogenic, but actually this is quite impressed with this so far. We're on an incoming tide, and down here there's all sorts of little bits of jetsam and flotsam and wooden things in the water. So it could actually be better than I am expecting. I'm trying to shield the mic a bit, but it's about an hour before high tide. Sunrise is 5:20, and it is now around about 4:30. It's very, very light, considering sunrise isn't for another 45 minutes. I don't think I'm going to get any colour up here. Some weak and watery colour, then I think there's a band of really thick goopy cloud on the horizon, which is why we aren't getting any colour. So I've just started off, I don't know if you can see here, a fascinating little cross, which I'm sure there must be some information on the web about. So I've just used that in the foreground, leading back to the bridge, and we've just turned the lights off, which is a shame. And then I've got the curve, which is now disappearing. There was a spit of land. As I say, we're on an incoming tide. High tide is about 6:20, I believe. So I've just used that as a first image, and that was around about a minute, I think, a minute and a half with stick stop on. Because there's a bit just here. There must be a ledge under the water. You can see it's kind of rippling up. Instead of being nice and smooth as it is here, the water is relatively smooth. There's a definite, maybe it's a sandbar or sandbank or something. Yeah, I just needed it to smooth that bit out. But yeah, I never thought of the Humber Bridge as being photogenic. Every time I've come near the Humber, it's been the mucky, yucky brown colour that you really wouldn't want to take photos of. Right, I'm going to go and grab the camera and go for a wander up here and see what else I can find. Well, as expected, we're not getting much in the way of colour. There's some colour in the distance, that's the other side of the bridge. I might be tempted to try and find my way over there just to see if I can get a shot showing the curve of the bridge that way. I'm just running an exposure off now, or at least I'm trying to. I'm looking for a little bit of foreground interest. Oh, yeah, quite like that. Very limited on foreground interest. You might just make out there's a little patch of grass that I thought would make something different a foreground interest rather than the usual rocks. But the tide is coming quite rapidly. It wasn't working because the grass was just getting swamped by the waves. So I found two little pieces of concrete, and I'm just having a go at that. Now I've got the 6 stop in. I have got the 10, no I haven't, I've got a 0.6 hard grad and 30-second exposure at f9, and I'm at 160 ISO. because I didn't want the exposure to go on for too long. There's starting to get a little bit of colour over, oh, you can't see it, there you go, over there. And there is a little bit of colour coming up over here. I just need to be able to incorporate that. It was the steps that I was looking at, but I don't think the tide is going to get up that high today. But hey ho, got to come and see these things, and there'll always be other times. I'm going to have a quick whiz to the other side of the bridge and see if I can make a composition there. Might get the wide angle out and get some distortion going. I'm conscious that I'm going to be shooting into the light that way. The light's coming in sort of across, so we should get some nice light on this side of the bridge. It's the thing with a new place. It's a case of looking around, seeing what you can find. I'm just going to run that again. The tide's come up a little bit further. I'm focusing roughly a third of the way into the image, so that should make everything... Where are we? Oh, look at that. Everything sharp. Sorry, I forgot what I was saying then. Everything should be sharp front to back by focusing a third of the way into the image. I'm stood quite a way, 8 feet maybe, behind the two rocks that I'm using as foreground, so that should make everything sharp. Right, I'm going for a wander. It's all rush, rush, rush. And that's the slight disadvantage of not actually knowing what tides are going to be like in relation to how far up the foreshore they're coming. We're getting some beautiful light just on the side of the bridge. The sun is peeking its head up over there, and it's casting some glorious orange light, which was one of the images that I'd come for. The other image is stood, it's a classic for the Humber Bridge, stood right underneath it. However, you can't get up there right now. Excuse me, I just want to check this. Nearly. Let's just shut that again. You can't get up there. It's all padlocked, and I'm not into trespassing. The other option is to stand under the bridge, which is fine. However, the tide is now almost in. It's really annoying that I can't get that shot. It's weird. Although there is lots of cloud over there, the light has gone harsh really, really quickly. And I thought it would have stayed softer than that for slightly longer. But yeah, I never thought of coming to the Humber Bridge. There's definitely more things to be had here. At a lower tide, there's all sorts of wooden groins and rocks and things out in the water. So if you can get a nice medium between not too much of the yucky sandbanks that you get here. So I think you'd have to come a few times to judge where the tide is. You could probably get some really nice and maybe some slightly different images from here. Right, I just thought I'd show you what we're doing. You can see the glorious dawn light on that span of that bridge. And it's not original, it's not the best image ever, but I kind of like it. Picked out the light coming through, smoothed out the water, got a little bit of cloud motion in the sky. Yeah, quite pleased with that. And that's with a 0.6 hard grad, which you can't see, there you go, and the 10 stop. Yeah, quite liking that. I'm not convinced this shot is actually going to work. It won't work when I put it on bulb. Put it on timer. Because I think I need it to be higher up. There is some horrendous distortion. Although I feel that I am, maybe I'm not central. Yeah, maybe I need to move over this way a little bit. It's the most bizarre feeling. I'm making sure that I keep everything in sight. Yeah, maybe I need to be over here a little bit more. I'm taking this image with the intention of it being mono. I'm thinking either a square crop or a pseudo panoramic style crop. It's going to be black and white, and the distance with the shore on the other side is all going to get cloned out. So it's going to kind of be the bridge into nowhere. And it's quite disconcerting standing down here with all the traffic rumbling overhead. It puts me about a little bit. Now I've taken the 6-stop out, and I've just got the 0.6 ND, and I've just got the 6-stop in. I'm getting some quite nice light. I'm not too worried about it being slightly overexposed. And that was on 72 seconds. Right, I'm just going to try and get a little bit more. It's really difficult to figure out when you're central. That kind of feels central. I was saying, not only have I got the 10 stop, the 17 to, I'm really not doing well. Not only have I got the 10 to 20 on, which is an absolute monkey for distortion, I've got it tilted up as well. We're still getting some beautiful light. When you're triggering a long exposure, it does help to put your 10-stop filter on, making sure everything's still where it should be. Because it's going to be mono, I want lots of contrast. I don't want too much in the way of cloud. I want to give it a kind of ethereal feel, maybe add a fog effect when I'm in Photoshop. Well, that was short and sweet. Not quite the morning I'd hoped for. I've got one image that I wanted. Not much in the way of photography. A couple of images that I think I'm pleased with. Thank you for coming along. I shall be off somewhere next weekend, don't know where. Shooting something, probably a seascape. I might have a change of scene, who knows. In the meantime, look after yourself. See you next week. Bye for now.